Led Zeppelin. Hello, guys, gals, peeps. I want to thank everyone for your engagement. I mean, the uh, the lyric interpretations. I loved it. I loved a few of you uh, about Robert's illegitimate son with the steps. That's that right, sister-in-law, and then the the I know you're not with me there, OGL, but I've got to get this lyric interpretation. It was amazing because I think she comes to the same conclusion when I did. I apologize if you're not a her. Hilo Trapeze 333. I, so they said, I've just realized what this verse might mean in that context after she read everyone else's interpretation. I've just realized, oh, I just said that. Many is a word that only leaves you guessing. Guessing about a thing you really ought to know. Oh, really ought to know. I really ought to know. And she put, I wonder if that's how many illegitimate children he has fathered. She put not plant, but the character in the song. But I mean, I think both are the same. But I thought that was a really cool, really cool interpretation of the lyrics there. So yeah, I enjoyed that. And I'm not going to stay for the whole reaction. I'm going to read the lyrics here, and I'm going to let OGO here react to it. So I'll let him say his hellos after I read the lyrics. So, this is Ramble On, by the way. I guess you read the thumbnail. But leaves are falling all around, and I about broke my neck trying to get some light. Leaves are falling all around. It's time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moon lights my way. For now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's headed my way. Oh, sometimes I grow so tired, but I know I've got one thing I got to do. Ramble on. And now the time is now to sing my song. I'm going around the world. I got to find my girl. On my way. I've been this way 10 years to the day. I've got to ramble on. Got to find the queen of all my dreams. Got no time for spreading roots. The time has come to be gone. And though our health we drank 1,000 times, it's time to ramble on. Ramble on. The time is now. And now's the time is now to sing my song. I'm going around the world. I got to find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years to the day. I've got to ramble on. I've got to find the queen of all my dreams. I ain't telling no lie. Mine's a tale that can't be told. So good. My freedom I hold dear. How years ago, in days of old, when magic filled the air, tea was in the darkest depths of mortar. I met a girl so fair, but Gollum, at the evil one, crept up and slipped away with her. Yeah, sorry. And nothing I can do, no. Ain't nothing I can do, no. I guess I'll keep on rambling. I'm gonna, yeah, sing my song. I gotta find my baby. I gotta ramble on, sing my song. I gotta work my way around the world. Baby, ramble on. Lots of do-do-do-do's and my baby in the middle. I gotta keep searching for my baby. Lots of babies. I gotta keep searching for my baby. And lots of my, yes. And curiously, I didn't know that's what this said. I got to find my bluebird. I listen to my bluebird sing. I can't find my bluebird. I keep rambling, baby. I keep rambling, baby. So yeah, that's cool. I didn't know this. I didn't know about the bluebird lyric. I knew about the rest. I know you're probably more familiar with it than me. I know Mortar's got some Mordor is the Lord of the Rings or something.
Yep.
Um,
As
and
is Gollum. That's a character from Lord of the Rings.
all right, well I'll let you take it from here then because I'm not sure about all that. I mean, I watched the movie, but I didn't. I'm not a ring army person.
Not a ring bearer, huh? I got you. That's what
Yeah, definitely not. No. I bear a wrench.
the wrench bearer,
Oh,
Lord of the tools. Wait a minute.
I got corn eyes.
A child of the corn.
The corn has eyes to the heels. Anyway, I'm gone. Station identification.
All right, we are back. Or at the very least, I am back. Danny is off to do his thing. So, I grew up in the '80s. I was a big fan of all the levels of metal. Then, I think any hard rock band aspires in some way to be Led Zeppelin. I say that on every Zeppelin reaction, but so I've heard all the bands that Zeppelin has influenced, but it wasn't until recently that we started doing these reactions I was able to dive into the original article. So it is really amazing how ahead of their time Zeppelin was. Even when Danny was reading the lyrics, there's mentions of Mordor and Gollum. That's from Lord of the Rings. That's this is from 1969. So this sort of predated metal's fascination with the fantasy and with the works of Tolkien. So this was pre Blind Guardian, pre Battle War, pre yeah, countless bands in the '80s. I can't pronounce the just there's so many bands that have drawn from J.R. Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings books, and Zeppelin here in 1969 was predating that. But listen to me, I'm rambling on. So let's jump to the real article here. Let's go do some Zeppelin.
Leaves are falling all around. Time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moonlight's my way. But now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's heading my way. Sometimes I grow so tired, but I know I've got one thing I got to do. I ramble on. Now the time is now. Sing my song. I'm going round the world. I gotta find my girl on my way. This way, take you to the day. Ramble on. I'm proud the queen of all my dreams.
Fortunately, I have my partner here to remind me that my mic was off. This, you all wouldn't hear me sniffling. But yeah, got to find the queen of my dreams. Robert Plant, always looking for Mrs. Wright, or at least Mrs. Wright now. Really love the. I swear I've heard that strumming pattern in the beginning before. This might be one of those songs that I've heard, but didn't know what it was when I heard it. Yeah, Jimmy Page he's fantastic with an acoustic guitar. He's very good at combining the two. That's one of those things that sort of makes Zeppelin stand out. I love the bass line in this. John Paul Jones is killing it here, and you know what can you say about Robert Plant? He's using a lighter tone in the first part of the song here. It's a strange vocal melody. It kind of Danny may kill me on this, but it does remind me of some of Tool's vocal melodies, and where it's sort of like pushing and pulling at some weird angles, and then he, brings more weight and brings more rasp into it, and then you get that, that definitive hard rock sound. I was getting some, some Queensryche vibes as well. So yeah, it's not like Zeppelin is a mixture of these bands. It's like Zeppelin's DNA. Zeppelin is like the Genghis Khan of rock and roll. Like their DNA is just all over music, and especially the rock and metal genres. So I'm gonna back this up a little bit here. That chorus too, when the heavy guitars came in, also like it was heavy and you could bang your head, but it really wasn't like a straight up groove you could tap your foot to. So yeah, Zeppelin always loved to combine those two things. They would set a really, they'd make you bob your head and tap your foot, and then they'd pull out just some weird rhythm. And of course, John Bonham, one of the best drummers ever. His son became a pretty solid drummer in his own right, and the goat himself, the octopus, Danny Carey, also a heavily influenced by John Bonham. All right, let's try this again.
In this way, 10 years to the day, ramble on. By the queen of all my dreams. Got no time for spreading rumors. The time has come to be gone. And though our health we drank 1,000 times, it's time to ramble on.
Okay, I'm not going to make a habit of this, but I wanted to pause and just bring up that return to that acoustic guitar and that lighter vocal tone was so effective. Like there's so much longing in there. There's so much introspection. It just felt completely different from the sort of heavy, complex, sort of chaotic sounds that we were getting before. Great transition. Zeppelin absolutely masters at that. All right, let's continue.
My freedom I hold dear. How years ago, in days of old, when magic filled the air, 'twas in the darkest depths of Mordor I met a girl so fair. But Gollum and the evil one crept up and slipped away with her, yeah.
So when he's singing about Gollum, those vocalizations really reminded me of Dio. I think they were essentially came up around the same time, probably similar influences. There's some electric guitar going on underneath the acoustic as well. Again, Zeppelin very good at these very dense arrangements, and it's hard to pick up everything your first listen. I was also noticing that chorus, which sounded really chaotic and really kind of off or discordant at first, sounded a lot catchier the second time around. So again, and this is a tribute to John Bonham. He was just he was laying down a solid groove, but would occasionally just throw out little fills or whatever that would almost distract your ear. Bonham, of course, really good with playing off of Jimmy Page as opposed to playing off the bass. So it's a unique style of drumming. It's a sonic signature of Zeppelin, and again, it's just amazing how almost every member of this band has a unique approach to their instrument, and has been an influence on musicians, even to this day. He'll still hear echoes of Zeppelin. So Ramble On. Danny has been introducing me to outlaw country, and the phrase "rambling man" or "rambling on" pops up as there. Um, it basically means to wander. It means someone that's not tied down, like a drifter who would go from town to town. It can mean freedom. It could also allude to a bit of aimlessness. So when Robert is singing, all I can do is ramble on. He says, "I'm just going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep going where I want to go," and I'm hoping Robert will find that girl of his dreams that he's looking for. I'm sure he found a few. I wonder if he was referring to Joni Mitchell, and he's talking about Queen of His Dreams there as well. All right, it's got to go back a little bit. Yeah, Zeppelin really is like, they're not just writing songs; it's like tone poetry. It's yeah, and again, this is what I love about being part of a reaction channels. I can go back and I can sort of analyze songs that I might not have either even heard or just dug this deeply into. So yeah, this is an impressive piece.
A girl so fair, but got him at the evil wall, crept up and slipped away with her, yeah. I ain't nothing I can do. I guess I'll keep on rambling. I'm gonna sing my song. I gotta find my baby. I'm gonna ramble on, sing my song, gonna work my way around the world, ramble on, yeah. Do my baby, ramble on, baby. Do. I guess I just need it in my heart every time I think I got the power. I gotta keep searching for my baby. I gotta keep searching for my baby.
I wonder how long that ride out actually lasted in the studio, because I get the feeling they could probably keep that up for hours. I love how Robert mentioned a bluebird, and then he was making sounds that really did sort of sound like cheep, cheep. Uh, Robert is the term ramble on actually applies to Robert's vocals as well, and this is a classic example where rambling doesn't mean aimless, because Plaint's vocals obviously are really purposeful, but it's his voice is so free. It's difficult to describe. Like, it is all, obviously his technique is off the charts, but you get the feeling he's not thinking that. He's just, there's no filter between his heart and his mouth. So it's just his emotion pouring out, and because he can do whatever he wants, because he is, so good, with his range, with his enunciation, with his phrasing, he can pretty much do whatever pops into his head or whatever comes from his heart. I think that's one of the things that makes him as influential as he is. The fact that he has an amazing head of hair and not a single shirt with a button on it probably is important as well. But yeah, he is the definitive rock and roll frontman. And yeah, such an amazing singer. There was a part towards the middle there, and I'm not going to go back because I don't think I could find it, but it almost sounded like a violin. So I know Jimmy Page would periodically play his guitar with a bow. Again, as part of that experimentation.
Can't be told, my freedom I hold dear. How years ago, in days of old, when magic filled the air, just in the darkest depths of Mordor, I met a girl so fair, but got him at the evil wall, crept up and slips away with her, yeah. And ain't nothing I can do now. I guess I'll keep on rambling. I'm gonna sing my song. I gotta find my baby. I'm gonna ramble on, sing my song, gonna work my way around the world, baby. Ramble on, yeah. Do, my baby. Ramble on, baby. Do. I guess I do feel it in my heart. Every time I think I got the heart. I gotta keep searching for my baby. I gotta keep searching for my baby.
Cheap. I also love how there are multiple tracks of Robert Plant just doing Robert Plantisms. Just random vowels and baby babies and ooh yes. It's like he was feeling it so much they had to lay down multiple tracks of it. But yeah, I love the song. I love how it sort of makes you think about the definition of the word, the phrase ramble on. Because I was also thinking Zeppelin being a rock band, they're going around the world, they're traveling, they're meeting people. I'm sure they're, sleeping with people. So it's just Robert expressing a desire to find something worth coming back to, or find something worth planting. That's a word for this, but I guess settling down, for lack of a better term. Yeah, just looking for something permanent when everything is like the whole world seems to be whizzing by. So yeah, Zeppelin continues to impress. I continue to go for no reason, but no, Zeppelin is awesome. It's one of those bands where anytime I hear them, it's like, okay, yeah, no wonder they're so well revered. Page's solo was brief, but man, that thing was tight and really well composed and really well constructed. I keep hearing people say that Page is a sloppy player, and I haven't heard that yet. I think he knows how to sort of play less precisely to convey sort of a sense of danger or chaos, but I've never seen him as a sloppy player. Of course, I've never really seen a whole lot of Zeppelin live, so maybe some people caught him at some bad gigs. But yeah, it's just a perfect group. It's sort of like Queen in their prime, just a perfect grouping of musicians and individuals to create this amazing music. And there's a few bands like that. I think Iron Maiden's current lineup is pretty awesome. Tool has had the same lineup for a very, very long time, and they're still outputting at a very high level. Also, and this could just be Danny influencing me, but also every time I hear Zeppelin, I do hear that connective tissue with them and Tool. So, but yeah, this has been great. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reaction. Again, comments. Let us know what Led Zeppelin songs you would like us to react to. Lord knows they've got a whole bunch of classics, and mental health is real. So be a part of the start. Take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. And sometimes just got to ramble on. Thank you all so much. We'll be seeing you around.